So the cutting of grass, that's definitely symbolic. All right, butterflies. So welcome back to Evolving Butterfly Goddess with me, Doctress. Here we are all about evolving out loud in our life, our money, and our purpose through the energy of our ancestors. I want to thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, and your subscribes here on the channel. It is always appreciated. Thank you for, oh my gosh, all your support on the channel, donations, memberships, purchases to my books. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your products and the vibe. Okay. So we are here with the ancestor message. We're about to see which ancestor is coming through. I feel like that grass was symbolic to add in on top of what we were just talking about. You know, full moon energy is all about releasing. And the members who had listened to the full moon message that we did back in the chrysalis area, then you already got a vibe of the release and what we're moving into at this time. But it's giving this energy of, you know how we were just talking about observing. Observe how people move and act when you don't give them what they want. This feels like a grandfather, because that male cardinal is what started the session off. It's something about observe how people act when they don't get what they want, even if it's not from you. It's something about this season of your life, you get a lot through observing, okay? So similar to when people go at it, they get into it or whatever the case is. You have some people that go and tell all your business, okay? And then you have some people who they just continue on with their life. You know what I'm saying? Then you have some who be just throwing subliminals. You get what I'm saying? And then you have some that try to become you. Y'all, this chair is wobbly, wobbly. I gotta tighten it up. Why it ain't tighten it? Okay, anyway, I'll do it after. So you have some who tell all your business. You have some who just be like, whatever, they just move on. Then you have some who try to become you. But pay attention to how people are moving right now, even if it's not done to you. So like the people who be, you know, calling people out public, like it's showing their level of growth. Okay. It's something about seeing a person's level of growth at this time. Like we grow, right? A person can be a certain person before, but they grow, they evolve. So it's like something about seeing the person for who they are right now, though. So keep a side eye for the ones that they coming out blasting people by name. They coming out, they telling all their business. They're revealing private things, okay? Because it's something about someone with a pure spirit of just like understanding. They understand whatever was given to them at that time. It was protected, and it's on them to keep that protected when it comes to that contract they made with that person, because those people are about to be running to another level of karma, okay? Like of someone turning on them. So really pay attention to the people who be out here, you know, going on blast, and all of that is showing their level of commitment to the connections that they once committed to. Because when you make a commitment to a relationship at that period of time, your word is everything. Very similar to like a handshake, you know, you don't go back on a handshake deal, okay? Whether it was written in contract or not, that handshake is a written form of respect. You get what I'm saying? That you gave at that time is a very intimate. Handshakes are more intimate than a contract. And so really pay attention to how someone or a group, it's not even just a group, pay attention to how people move at this time. Because if they do it to that person or someone else, they will do it to you. Okay? If they do it to someone else, they will do it to you. Because this is given even with the work atmosphere. So kind of like seeing, you know, when your coworkers are being shady, okay, especially if there's some type of ability for like a promotion, or you're being promoted, or you're going after some type of promotion, or you're being looked at in like this high regard. Pay attention to who you have around you at this time, because they're a liability, okay? They will be a liability to what it is that you're working on at this time. Because right now, this season, people are showing their hand. People are showing their true colors. Reputations are being shattered if you pay attention. Reputations are either being shattered, recovered, or maintained. Shattered, recovered, or maintained. And they're happening in the extremes right now. So you're seeing a lot of shifts. You're seeing people show up differently. You're seeing people change up how they show up, okay? And that is going along with the current shift we went through. This full moon was in Capricorn on both sidereal and tropical. And I was sharing this with, was this in the member video? I think this was in the member weekly video, wasn't it? And I was talking about the compare and contrast bubbles. Was that in the membership weekly reading? I feel like it was, but I'm gonna mention it. And I was sharing about the compare and contrast bubbles. You know, you have the two circles. So on the outside are characteristics that relate specifically to that one thing. And then in the middle are the characteristics that relate to both. Pay close attention to those things right now, because the energy that's related to both, that's also your winning energy. So at this time, yeah, pay close attention. Some of you all have been wondering how to identify your master skill or your central like skill sets of some sorts, and you may need to do a compare contrast bubble, okay? To compare and contrast different options, okay? So the pros and cons of something. So say you have to go back and forth between two jobs, or you have to go back and forth between two relationships, or whatever the case is. You write the compare and contrast, and in the middle is like what they both have. And it's something about that's what you value the most. So it's something about making a list of what you value the most. This is shifting the conversation now, because this grandfather energy is saying what was just said in regards to watch how people move. It is what it is. You know what to do. But this is now going into you tapping into a central set of skills at this time. I just heard woodworking. Someone is good at building something, and it doesn't have to actually be with your hands. It could be with your mind. Okay, it could be with your spirit. So heavy generator energy, I'm getting someone being able to bring forth a vision, someone being able to create the physical manifestation of something. Okay, grandfather, what's going on? Some of you all, I can't get away from some of you all having different options or different interests, okay? And you need to find that central thing. But it takes in all your skills and all your strengths. Because just because something is a strength doesn't mean you're supposed to be doing it. Just because you do something good don't mean you're supposed to be doing it. It doesn't mean that it will bring you the long-term success that you desire. You get what I'm saying? So it's something about you identifying not only what you do well, or what people like from you, but what do you love to do? What fulfills you? What will sustain you in the long term? Okay? Because I'm getting the vibe of someone who has many interests. And when you have many interests, it's something about it pulls you thin in many areas. So getting it into one space. Four of Sticks. This is foundation. This grandfather is saying you're in a season of your life with this shift of you truly identifying what is your foundational self. Okay, who are you at the foundation? It's giving tunnel vision. Okay, that song by Kodak Black. I'm not, you know, that song is just popping in my head. Tunnel vision of you being so focused on this thing, not allowing anything else get to distract you at this time. It's something about getting your foundation built with something and then the add-ons. You get what I'm saying? Like you can't build a bedroom. You can't build the different bedrooms without the foundation. So it's something about having the foundation set so that you can build the other rooms the way that they need to, the way that they need to be built at this time. Some of y'all may be actually getting a house built, or you're considering moving, and I'm hearing you need to prepare for getting your own home built. I'm hearing choose your address with an odd number. It's an odd number. It's an odd number when all of the numbers are deduced down to 1. Okay, that's very specific. That may be your life path. So it's something about looking at your home's life path number. Okay. Your home's life path number has a lot to do with the energy that you're attracting, as well as the direction of the windows in your home. If your home's windows don't have anything that faces north and south, you need to make sure you get outside. Because north is where you'll get the most sun, I'm hearing. Is north where you get the most? I'm not going to question the ancestors. Somebody need to hear that. I was about to look it up, but I just heard you bet not question me. And this just made me think about it, because that's traumatic. Okay, let's talk about the trauma of telling children because I said so. Okay, they deserve to know the process, the not the hypothesis process. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the science term. Okay. Like the experimental process, like how you have to go through, you create your hypothesis and you test it, you ask questions and all of that. Okay. It's something about teaching your child that, because that's going to increase their critical thinking skills. So find a way. Some of you are, I'm saying it's a business in teaching how to think critically. Like you could be like a consultant, like create a critical thinking program, because right now people are lacking critical thinking skills. And that's something that was an old skill, because I'm hearing back in my day, people wasn't that dumb. Okay, granddaddy. What he is saying, okay? Oh, yep. It's something about teaching the critical thinking process, though, like of being able to have inductive reasoning, inductive and deductive. You need to be able to go from the top down and from the bottom up. You know, you'll be surprised how many people will ask a question that they could have just Googled. You know what I'm saying? Like critical thinking would be, I have a phone in my hand that has the internet, that has access to a free resource named Google, that I can just look it up myself. Okay. I don't know. It may be a business, something in there for y'all. Okay. Someone could really create some type of consulting around that. I see it doing well. Okay. I also see some consulting working with parents who homeschool, or like small community organizations. I'm hearing specifically with special needs. So if you have a background of working with children or adults with special needs, you could create a consulting company, and you could get some really good contracts. And the thing is that you don't have to provide all the services. You can be the central creator of the company and contract out to other people who could provide different services for the contracts that you've created. Or, oh, I'm hearing that's a 6-figure business minimum, high 6-figure. And you'll be providing value because you're providing real life. Okay. And it's something that you would enjoy because it's the play, you know, because you've come to learn that something can be healed and fixed through play, through having fun, through understanding. Like the spirit connects more and wants to learn more when it feels. Okay. Ooh, granddaddy coming through. That's what they did in our schools, but then sometimes they beat us. Okay. Okay. We're not going to talk about that, granddaddy. All right, we got the 8 of Sticks in reverse and the 7 of Knives in reverse. Okay. I can't get get away from something was a slow process for a reason. You had to complete something. Like, so this 7 of Knives in reverse is not about someone snaking you and it's something of you didn't see the full picture. You saw something this way. Okay? But you needed to see that to transition and go through to see the full thing, to see the full picture. Okay? You had to go through an experience. So you may have thought like, you know, why hast thou forsaken me? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Why is this not happening? But you need to realize that everything has always been happening. Everything has always been working in your favor. It's just that you had to go through certain experiences to prepare you for the next level. People be expecting things to just happen like this. As soon as I start, you know what I'm saying, I'm a guru. No, you're not. Just because you got the knowledge doesn't make you a guru, baby. You got to go through the experience. You got to really live this. You have to really be this. Okay? And it's something of what you're creating and what you're doing right now that you had to really be, that you had to become. Okay? You couldn't just sit around and let this happen to you. You get what I'm saying? And now you have obtained those messages. And that's why a lot of the messages has been getting you to sit down and do the work. It's been getting the sense of you sitting down and writing out and planning now. There's no more talking. There's no more crying. There's no more talking about what this person has did to you and how this has happened. Where you are at right now, you are in that planning phase. And that's what Capricorn is all about. You are in that action phase, okay? The ancestors that I'm tapping into and the people's ancestors who this energy is for are the people who made that last timeline shift. Okay? It's for the people who have identified. It's for the people who have taken control of their life back. It's for the people who have learned to live in the now. So now it's like in this new space, what you are creating, you are just meant to take what skills you learn from each opportunity. So if you need to look at every experience you had, every job you had, okay? So for example, my leadership experience, all of my leadership experience is not just in education. I had leadership experience in social work and mental health and substance abuse. You get what I'm saying? So go to all of your old organizations and programs and list out the skills you learned. Okay? That's why they ask you questions on the job interview of a difficult situation you had at a job and how you solved it. Because they want to know how you learn at your jobs. What do you get in those opportunities? So this is giving the vibe of you really sitting down and taking an assessment of the different things that you have learned in each situation you've been in. Because right now, some of the issue is that you don't know your elevator pitch. You don't know who you are. You may have not, you know what? No, because that's not everyone. Watch the words. You don't know all of you. And it's something about sitting down and identifying the rest of you, because some of you all have not been sitting with yourself to truly see your strengths. Resilience is a skill. Do y'all not know how many people be breaking down at jobs as soon as an issue happens, they having a whole panic attack? Okay? Resilience is a skill. You can teach resilience. Okay? So for the people who have gone through a lot and survived it, you see yourself as a survivor. You need to be labeling that as one of your skills. Okay? You're a parent. What skills have you had? You better be talking about that in the job interview or your business interview. Do you know what to manage more than one child too? Okay? Someone on here has not been looking at all their skills that they have to offer. Okay? And it's something about you really looking at all of your life. Your life experiences says a lot. Someone on here may even be thinking, I don't have a college degree. I know many millionaires who don't have a college degree, who are doing exactly what they want, what they love. It's all about having critical thinking skills. It's all about having that resilience. It's all about knowing the right people, knowing how to network. Experience will get you further. Now, can those degrees get you in some rooms too? Yeah, there's some rooms that Not having a doctorate can't get you in, right? But is it always needed? It ain't always needed if you know a doctor. You feel me? It's all about what you desire and what you want. It's all about what you some people be trying to be everything. Okay? They want to be the master of everything. What are you the master of? Look at them skills and freshen up on them skills. That's what makes you individual. And this is why Granddaddy always had a job. This is why Granddaddy always got raises. This is why Granddaddy was able to take care of a household plus some. Okay, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Let's pull some financial energy, Granddaddy. Y'all ain't had nothing to eat today but coffee. I ain't even drink tea this morning, honey. I had coffee, okay? I'm gonna eat after this. Hey, butterflies. Come through, elevator pitch. It be the confirmations. Hey. Let's look at these financials because Granddaddy is coming through with a financial message. Okay, this is definitely a work energy right now. This is definitely a work energy, okay? Like some of you all could be out here getting into like helping with grief counseling and stuff because of different things that you've had to go through. And you have a specialty in a certain area of it. You get what I'm saying? Like you need to sit with yourself and really look at what are your skills and what you offer. Okay? Stop looking around you. That's why it's been a lot of, you know, some people be changing up every week because they looking around like, ooh, this look popular, so let me tap into this. Or, ooh, this look like this, so let me tap into this. Tap into you. Don't worry about what's popular. Tap into you. Because there ain't nothing gonna work until you tap into you. So start now. Okay? Start now. All right, so you're starting off with many choices. You have options. Even if you don't see them right now, get creative and look around. What Granddaddy just tell y'all to do? What did Granddaddy just tell y'all to do? You need to know what options you have first. You have to take an assessment. You have to take a personal assessment right now. Literally, that's confirmation. You're being called to just take a personal a personal assessment to identify what options you really have, what skills you really have. Are you teachable? Okay? Many jobs will hire someone who is teachable over someone who has more credentials. You get what I'm saying? You have many choices. In the flow, the universe is sending you help. Tap into your inner power and go deeper to create the purposeful life you really want to. Tap into your inner power. Y'all, this is just confirmations coming out of what Granddaddy just said. I'm going to be honest. I don't know about y'all, but this feels like confirmation of what has already been said. The universe is sending you help. Tap into your inner power and go deeper to create the purposeful life you really want to have. But they don't know how to help you if you don't know where you really desire and have that help at, or if it keeps changing. You get what I'm saying? So this season right now is like releasing the dust. You know, some of you all are blowing off the dust of something. Okay? I just saw an instrument like that's a saxophone. I just saw someone blowing the dust off of it. Like picking something back up and doing something, you know. You have authority. Clashes with the boss or a challenge to your power will compel you to respond. Choose peaceful solutions if you can. This goes back to the beginning of the message. You remember where it was saying, like, you know, pay attention to how people respond when they get into it with someone or they don't like someone anymore. So it's something about this. It may be an authority figure that this happens with, okay? Like a supervisor or a manager. You know, you may notice them talking about another employee. You know, I chose to not interview for a company after hearing the executive director talk about one of the employees, okay? And she loved me. She was gonna hire me right there on the spot. But after I was like, I ain't even hired, and you talking about this person and they time sheet and all this other stuff. Baby, I withdrew. I don't want to work in that environment. I don't care how much I'm gonna get paid, okay? I don't want to work in that environment, okay? And so, I'm not telling you to, you know, it's not saying quit your job. It's saying observe, you know, because some of you all may already be in that situation. You get what I'm saying? And so since you're already in it, you're working on your exit on the background. You get what I'm saying? But if you're not already in it, pay attention to how they handle staff relations. Okay, at them interviews. 1010, come through. I'm going to read it in the angel number book. Ask them how they handle staff disagreements. People need to realize interviews are not just them interviewing you for the job. You need to be interviewing them and seeing if they're a great supervisor. Okay? Because if you're going to be supervising me, I need to know your leadership style. And if you can't tell me your leadership style, are you really the leader I need to be around? If you don't even know yourself, how are you going to show me how to be a better me? Okay? So ask those types of questions. Have that type of energy where you're not afraid to do that, because a lot of these jobs, they play off of it. They want you to feel like you're the one who's desperate, when in reality, a lot of them need you more than you need them. If you realize how many options you really had. Okay? So pay attention to how these supervisors move, how these bosses move, how these managers are moving, okay? Don't share your business with nobody at this time. No one needs to know what you working on, what projects you thinking about, how you exiting out, because everyone is not on that same level. 1111. Everyone is not on that same level right now, okay? Only those who are in alignment. And with that 1010, that matched with that 1010 with the full moon energy. I'm going to read it in my angel number book in a second. Was there anything else, Granddaddy, want to say before I go to that? At this time, because I'm hearing young Dolph, real bosses don't talk. They just sit back and listen. Stack that paper up and then make boss moves. Okay? Real bosses don't talk. They sit back and listen. They observe. What was Granddaddy saying at the beginning of the message? Observe. Be more observant at this time. Okay? Still talk, you know what I'm saying? Be, you know what I'm saying? But be observant as well. You ain't got to lead the conversation. Okay? You ain't got to lead the conversation. 1010. Thank you to everyone who has purchased my angel number book. You can get a copy off of Amazon. The link is in my description box. And then the PDF copy is on my website. Angel number 1010 appears in your life when your spirit guides want you to know you are in alignment with others who are on the same page as you. You are amongst good company who can be considered an equal to you in your vibration. A karmic cycle has been completed and you are joining with others who are on a similar path. So yeah, this goes, you know, back into the message where we're talking about you're networking and meeting new people and new circles. You're stepping out, creating new initiatives. And the people that you're meeting now, you have a purpose. It's like purpose-driven relationships. I'm hearing this grandfather say. It's important to have purpose-driven relationships. I'm seeing the vision of someone who made friends with the sheriff in town. You get what I'm saying? Like, make friends with people, okay? Like, people need to know your name. Your name needs to be put out there now. People need to know your name. So when y'all are around in different spaces, this is not the first time they heard your name. Now you decide how you want your name to be known. Okay? That's on you. But this energy is giving, I'm talking to someone who's creating something, who is like looking at becoming like a boss of something, a leader of something. And it's something about getting your name out there. People, 111, people need to know your name. Get your name out there. Okay, your name is everything. So your name needs to really connect to you, and it needs to be memorable. And it's memorable when it connects to you and your soul and what you truly desire. Okay. So you may be looking at business names at this time, or I'm hearing pseudo names. Okay. So like pen names. But make sure whatever you do has meaning. Whatever you do needs to have meaning. Because that meaning is going to be a part of your driving force. Okay? It's going to be your driving force. You have be impeccable with your word. Become a white magician. This came out yesterday in the all signs reading. It's in the chrysalis area in the membership. All the magic you possess is based on your word. And you cast spells all the time with your opinions. You can either put a spell on someone with your word, or you can release someone from a spell. Right now, your grandfather's energy is releasing someone from a spell. Because someone was stuck in their head about something. They were stuck in some level of confusion. And it's important that I'm seeing like a bunch. Y'all know when like, have y'all ever made them rubber band balls before? I'm seeing the unraveling of a rubber band ball. And at the end where the rubber bands are just tied together and they're all mixed up and tied together. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to pull them all apart of some sort. But it's like you're pulling all the rubber bands and strings and stuff apart just in time. Because it's something with this retrograde that those who do this work before the retrograde is not going to be difficult for you, y'all. It's not going to be difficult. It's not. You doing this is something about this next week and a half of work that you're doing and putting in. This retrograde is going to propel you forward because it's like you connected that past energy that you kind of like, because that's the purpose of retrogrades in the first place. That's why it'd be difficult for people, because it's things that they haven't dealt with or they never closed out certain cycles. Okay. So they have to go back to them situations, and it can be difficult if they never closed it out. If they're still stuck in a victim mindset, if they're still stuck in certain spaces, you get what I'm saying? So it's something about you dealing with this now and coming to that closure now. When that retrograde happened, you're propelled forward because you did the work, baby. And it's just like a Saturn return. Capricorn rules with Saturn. Just like a Saturn return. Saturn returns are not difficult if you prepared yourself for the process, if you've accepted that ups and downs are a part of the journey. Many people feel that life is only supposed to be perfect. And that's why I'm happy that we are reading the book, The Art of Not Giving a F, in our book club. I hope y'all been reading it. We meeting on Sunday, okay? But the aspect of realizing all of that is a part of life. Us not wanting to have difficult moments is us choosing to not have the best life possible. Our spirit came here to have all the experiences. Believe it or not, our spirit came here to have all these experiences, okay? And it's our perception of those experiences. Everything is all about perception, okay? You need to remember what the perception of something in Louisiana was different from the perception of something in Michigan. What the perception in California is different from the perception in Florida. Okay? I'm hearing the grandfather say, don't expect everyone around you to think like you. You're going to stop yourself from success by doing that. You expecting everyone to think like you, talk like you, believe like you is going to ostracize you. The goal is to learn how to mingle with people who are different from you. The goal of your spiritual journey is to learn how to work with people when you immerse yourself back into the world. It's to separate yourself, learn yourself, okay? Separate yourself, learn yourself, and then reintegrate yourself. Because the problem has been is that many people have been integrated and they were taking on the characteristics of other people. So that's why it's important to remove yourself to go through that spiritual journey. And what makes it difficult is because you're in isolation, but you're not supposed to stay there, my love. You're not supposed to stay there. Okay? There is love out there. There are people who want to see you succeed. There are people out there who care about you. Just yesterday, I was talking to someone who has a totally different religious background from me, okay? And they know all about my background and what I believe in. And they were like, I'm going to do whatever I can to help you. Do you hear me? But if you're being brainwashed to feel like everyone around you hates you and don't like you, you're going to miss out on great opportunities. And this energy is saying, get out of that. Okay? No, 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 no. Get out of that. That will harm you more than anything. We have to know how to integrate and work with people who are different from us. It's not about us picking out all the differences. Yeah, you can see the differences. But the thing is, your journey is for you. To help make you your best self. And if that journey made you your best self, let it make you your best self. If they journey made them their best self, let it make them their best self. It's okay for you to be a hub to help people who want to be on the same journey as you. That's fine. But when you start prying into other people's stuff, and these are lessons that we all had to learn, my love. We all had to learn them. I had to learn them. I had to learn them. It was a part of my journey. And when I tell you it was so much more freedom when I let go, it was so much more freedom when I stopped looking at life, looking at things, trying to see the differences versus seeing how connected we are. We're so connected. At the core, we are so connected. And there's more people out there who want to help you than people who don't. You just got to put yourself out there for them to find you, my love. You've been hiding. For whoever that's for, someone was hiding. And it was just because you were under a spell. It's a lot of spiritual spells going on this platform. And other platforms too. Telling you how much other people don't love you. How much other people want to see you fail. That's nothing but it's embedding in your mind to feel like you can't trust nobody. It's embedded in your mind to tell you that, oh, they gonna hate me, or oh, they thinking this about me, or oh, they doing this, or oh, they... No, baby. No, my love. No, my love. That's a polarized view of the world. That's a small sector of people. It's not all people. Just like people say, I've done it. I do it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a joke, okay? It'd be funny. But sometimes people be meaning it. You know what I'm saying? Of all men is like this, all women is like this, all whatever, right? Have you met all men? Have you met all women? Or has it just been that your frequency has invited that, right? So I know my frequency has invited certain people in my space. And do. My frequency has blocked certain things from out of my space. You get what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I appreciated the retreat, because the retreat made me realize something about myself. I ain't too proud to, baby, because we all on the journey. Ain't nobody perfect, okay? And y'all will never hear me say I'm perfect. We are all evolving and learning about something, okay? So I will never be that teacher. We should always be open, my loves. We can learn lessons from anywhere. Okay? Ooh, granddaddy, I need some water. How y'all feeling? There you go. Exactly. When something or someone disappears from when they're not in that frequency anymore, it's like, wow, let it happen. Because when we allow ourselves to be like, oh, why they leave, or why this not working out, and we try to force them to be something that they're naturally not, We hurting ourselves more than them. Like, we hurting ourselves when we do that. Okay? We're hurting ourselves when we do that. Versus realizing the detachment of the experience and just let them go in peace. We ain't got to curse them. We ain't got to, I wish you get all the karma in the world. We ain't got to do none of that. We ain't got to do none of that. Okay? This season is getting into the heart of you. Focus. When they say focus on you and be in your own lane, really be that. Really be that. Because can you really be that if you thinking about what everybody else thinking? If you worried about what everybody else feeling? Let's go to the inner child deck. Grandfather, what inner child energy do you have? I just got the vision of kids riding on the back of a truck, like a pickup truck with ice cream and like the wind blowing like on the dirt road. It feels fun. Like, and now that I think about it, my ass did that this weekend. I was knocked out, okay? Just put me in the trunk, okay? Just put me in the trunk. Oh, granddaddy. This is something about, I don't know if someone needs to go like on like some type of carriage ride, or you need to do something like that. Like go back to the country roads, okay? Go back to the country roads. Or just, it's something about it connecting you to another part of you, okay? Hey, Pooh. Listen, sophisticated. I was like, I'm tired. I just want to lay out. I'm going to sleep back here. And then it made sense when my period started the next morning. I'm like, okay, that's why. But, okay, I'm getting this vibe of someone needs to go out to the country or something, or go camping. I'm getting like a camping trip of some sort. Because I'm seeing the country, like someone riding down the dirt road. Like I see someone riding down a dirt road. You got the Ace of Wands. That's giving adventure. And then the Tower. Ooh. What's this? So this is the Ace of Wands. And this is the Tower. That lightning is standing out to me, and I just started thinking about Harry Potter. I don't know why. And then the Knight of Wands. He riding a unicorn, okay? It's not even just imagination. It's like, I'm getting this vibe of, so as we were talking about Harry Potter, right? Your granddaddy, you know what I'm saying? Harry Potter ain't really his thing. This is what how I'm explaining what I'm hearing, like how he's giving me the message. I'm explaining it in this metaphor. You notice how Harry Potter was so inexperienced, but this man went to fight against the most powerful wizard, and this man was making it through every situation. He was making it through every situation. Something was always working out for him. Like, I'm getting that vibe for you. Like, As you do things because your spirit feels called to do it. Oh, I thought I heard something. That's what happens. You're protected. You see with this Ace of Wands, he on this stick in the middle of the water. Okay, looking like Simba in the middle of that stampede. Okay? Dang, rest in peace, Mufasa. But that's the Tower card, Mufasa. Okay? And guess what? Simba had to go through his journey. Simba had to go learn. Simba had to go internalize. Simba had to go through some lessons because Simba was a little spoiled brat at first, okay? Okay? And so Simba had to go back home, though. Simba had to immerse himself with the lessons that he learned and take his place. I don't know if someone on here is not taking their place, or you need to take a trip back home just to feel the energy of home, okay? Whatever home is. Because that's how you're going to know how much you've grown. You don't know how much you've grown until you immerse yourself back into the situations that you used to tense up and get triggered in. Because it's easy to feel like you've grown and you've healed and developed when you ain't around nothing that triggers you. It's easy to feel healed. It's easy to feel like ain't nothing wrong with you. It's easy to be in this space if you're not around anyone that triggers you. You get what I'm saying? So that's the real test of knowing how much you've grown. Can you be around people who normally would trigger you and upset you without being upset and triggered by their presence? Because if you can't, you ain't healed, baby. You ain't healed. You're still very much so connected to that. Okay? And some people had to go back home or go back to spaces to see exactly how much they've grown. Okay? Because that's where the real test come from. Ooh, look at these locks. You see how long my hair is? That's where the real test come from. Okay? So don't trust nobody that be just in seclusion talking about they want to teach you how to heal. They ain't healed, baby. They ain't healed. I'm telling you right now, they ain't healed. And most likely they going through some type of mental health problem. Humans need connection, okay? We need to have connection outside of just the virtual aspect. We have to get outside, y'all. That's why the mental health rates are rising. That's why there's so many articles on lonely people. That's why they're saying loneliness is killing people. Yep. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This is things that a lot of people you may not hear being said. Okay. But this grandfather energy is coming through strong. He's saying because not everyone is able to receive the message. But you are. And that's why you're receiving it now. You wouldn't receive anything that you weren't meant to receive. Okay? You won't hear anything that you weren't meant to hear. I think that's a swallow that's at my bird feeder right now. Whew, grandfather. We're going to pull a inner child card from my inner child deck. If I can find it, honey. Oh, here it is. Yes, and I love how the butterfly's been outside, okay? Been meeting new groups, you know, mom groups, you know what I'm saying? Community groups, libraries, museums. Like, I love seeing how the butterflies have been outside. Like, I've been seeing it. I've been observing it. You know, I've been observing it. I love it. I see the flow. I see the flow. The inner child energy is the 10th card. Then we're talking a lot about Capricorn energy, 10th house, okay? The 10th zodiac constellation. Then we read 1010. This is card number 10. Disappointment is not the end. There is hope even in the darkest of nights. There is hope even in the darkest of nights. Let's go to card 10. Disappointment can be a difficult emotion to experience, and afterward, it can be hard to have hope again. It is okay to be disappointed. Disappointment is an aspect of life that is inevitable, and being human is a messy journey, full of twists and turns. We do the best we can with the knowledge we have, but not everything turns out as we hope. In truth, no disappointments or mistakes make us any less of the beautiful, wonderful people that we are. If you have pulled this card, it might be a sign that the fear of disappointment is hindering your path. Practice courage and acceptance. There's always hope, beloved, and happiness. There's always hope, beloved, and happiness is waiting for you just ahead. It might be good to practice developing acceptance around whatever disappointment that you had. And a lot of that comes with transmuting. Like, your grandfather went through some stuff. 1, 2, 3 again. And I'm about to read 1, 2, 3 because I've seen that a few times. Your grandfather has gone through some things, okay? But he had to take those disappointments and turn it around. He had to take those disappointments and turn them around. He couldn't sit there and just soak in that energy. He had to identify how he could take that disappointment and make it into something different. Turn it around into something different. You hear me? Hey, Pooh. All right, let's go to 1, 2, 3. Angel number 1, 2, 3 is here to encourage you and remind you that everything is working out for your good and divine order. The actions you take today have a profound effect on your mental and spiritual health as you continue forward. Stay in alignment and keep a positive mindset through it all. And even if you find yourself having a difficult mindset or a negative mindset, accept that as being a part of the journey too. And know that as soon as you accept it as being that, you're going to flow right back to where you want to be. Okay? That's the process of the flow. The pendulum. Okay? The pendulum will always swing. Okay? It's all about learning how to deal with the pendulum when it swings the other way. Okay? And so it's a strong energy of you're going to know how to deal with that more after you leave this session. You're going to learn how to deal with that more after this session. Grandfather, anything else? No. That was the grandfather message. Thank you all. Quick intermission. Thank you all for being here. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed this message. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Feel free to check out my membership program. I do have my YouTube membership link pinned in the chat for those who are watching the video live. Anything else? No, I don't. Okay. So we are about to get into